For this part 2 about my weight loss journey, I thought I will share a little bit about what I eat on a daily basis. Now right now I don't have everything I usually eat at my house, but I will try to show you just so you get a little bit of an idea about what I eat. So yeah, let's get to it. So for breakfast I usually eat some kind of muesli. I don't know if it's called that in English, but anyway, I eat some kind of cereal. This is a sugar-free kind. This I think it's oatmeal and a whole bunch of other things in it, but it's keeps me full for a good couple of hours actually. Now I usually eat around 150 grams of this, along with around one deciliter of about 100 milliliters of milk, and I use non-fat milk, which is usually around 0.5%. Yeah, it's 0.5%. What I usually this is the one I buy here in Denmark, but it is pretty much the non-fat kind. And yeah, so that's what I usually eat for breakfast. Sometimes I eat regular oatmeal. It depends on what I have in the house, but usually I do have this kind of muesli in my house, so I eat that. Yeah, so that's my breakfast. Now for the in-between meals, it depends on what kind of day I have. If it's a busy day or if it's a slow day where I'm at home, to be honest. But if I started school last week, so I usually take something that's easy. Now this is something called a diet shake. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there it is. This is with chocolate taste. I like the chocolate kind better. It's not as bitter as the other tastes that there are. I use this, yes, this is fluid, but I use this as kind of a protein shake thingy. But yeah, I usually eat this for the meals in between, but otherwise I tend to take a whole grain, piece of whole grain bread with maybe a piece of chicken on it. Depends on what I have in the house and yeah, how busy I am, because I usually do my lunch and, you know, in between meals in the morning before I go to school. So yeah, but that's what I usually eat for in between meals, or sometimes I eat a carrot or any type of vegetables. It kind of depends. Now I forgot to tell you what I also eat for in between meals is something called protein crispies. Snacks, if you call it. This, I eat them. These little ones. I don't know if you can see it. They're very tiny. But this whole bag, which contains 60 grams, has 25 grams of protein in it. So if I eat this in one day, over let's say 2 in between meals, then I have that's 25 grams of protein. So yeah, I eat those every once in a while. They're a bit expensive, so I don't buy them that often. So what I usually eat for lunch and sometimes dinner, I usually get to get the protein I need on a daily basis. I usually get chicken, and in this case I have fried some chicken. I don't know if you can see it. There it is. Fried some chicken up. I put some spices on it. In this case, salt, pepper, paprika, garlic, and oregano. So, but that's usually the meat part. And for the other part, I use whole grain pasta. This kind. I don't know if you can see it. Let me use, you know, this kind. But I usually get whole grain. It doesn't matter what shape it is, but as long as it's a whole grain, because it contains a fair amount of protein. And then I usually use for the vegetable part, and also in order to get enough protein, I use soybeans. These are just defrosted in warm water. These are soybeans, and they are very highly protein. Have a high content of protein, so I usually eat them. So yeah. And what I do is I use containers like this and put around 50 grams of each, you know, the pasta and the chicken and the soybeans, and put it into this container, and, you know, put a lid on it. Whoops. Put a lid on it, and, you know, in the fridge, and it can you know, last a few days. So yeah, it's pretty good, and I love doing this because it's easy, and I you know, it's good when I now that I've started school again. So yeah, that's the lunch / dinner. Sometimes when I'm alone at dinner time, which I'm usually only alone at dinner time every other weekend, so when my son is spending time with his dad. But yeah, that's the lunch dinner. So during the day I also drink, I need to drink quite a bit, to be honest. I usually drink milk, water, juice. Orange juice is what I prefer. But I also sometimes, every once in a while, drink chocolate milk, believe it or not. But it's not the totally fat-free chocolate milk, but a fat-reduced kind. I think the one I drink has 0.5% or something like that. And for some reason, I have a hard time drinking water, a pure water, to be honest. It needs to be mixed with something else. Yeah, I just simply have a hard time drinking pure water. Even if I take it from the tap, I can drink water to a certain degree, and, you know, even if it's bottled water, I still have a hard time drinking water. I don't know why, but I still do. But what I usually prefer when I'm really thirsty is soft drinks, you know, Coca-Cola Zero or Pepsi Max and stuff like that. That is what I usually drink when I'm really craving the sugary thing. Even though there's no real sugar in Pepsi and in Pepsi Max and in Cola Zero. But yeah, I usually drink milk on a daily basis because it contains around a little over 5 grams of protein, the amount of milk I drink every time I take some milk. I usually drink around 150 milliliters of milk each time, not on a daily basis. It's each time I take some milk, I drink 150 milliliters. And yeah, and the 150 milliliters is usually what I base my whole diet on. Per meal I have around perhaps somewhere between 150 and 200 grams of food. Maybe sometimes even a little bit more. It depends on what it is. If I don't eat pasta or potatoes or something like that, if I only eat the vegetables and the meat, then I usually eat a little bit more meat and, you know, around 100 and around 50 grams of vegetables. But I usually ump up the meat part, so yeah. But that's pretty much my diet throughout a day. Now I could probably show you a little bit more, which I probably will at some point, but this is a long journey. It's almost 2 years in the making, and I have changed so much. Physically and mentally I've changed. And just, I think it was this morning, I measured myself around my hips and my waist area. Now I could measure my arms, which you can see the dangling part, but that's a whole nother video. But you know, the numbers, even though the numbers on the scale doesn't really go down, it's very slowly at the moment, but the numbers when I measure myself on the hips and the waist area, they go down, way down. And you know, but then again, that would be a whole nother video about that part. That would be part 3, my body, because my body is changing. To be completely honest, I actually am able to eat pretty much everything I used to do, but I can only eat a small amount of it at a time. And the only thing I can't do, or shouldn't do, to be honest, is eat and drink at the same time. I should drink a little bit around 15-20 minutes before I eat, and after I eat, then I have to wait at least 30 minutes, preferably more, but around 30 minutes before I drink again. That's because it allows the body to process the food before the fluid comes down, and mainly because I can't contain that much in my stomach, and it can give me you know, a little bit of stomach problems. So yeah. Anyway guys, I hope you liked the video about my food. It's maybe a little bit short, but you know, hey, I do my best making this kind of videos. So yeah, please give a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not, and please remember to hit the little bell next to it so you get notifications about future videos. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.